This story begins about 3 years ago. I was doing a gig at the Spinning Top. It's a pub on the main road in Stockport, and in between two sets I came out and this young chap called me and said, I really like your singing. You know what Fado music is? And I went, Portuguese? He said, yeah, his grandmother, he claimed, was a major Fado singer in the 70s and 60s. But there's nothing about her on the internet, and if I was interested he could give me some of her material. So I said, well, sure, wasn't that bothered really. Anyway, I went back inside, did my second set, and when I came out, he turns up and hands me this bag. And in the bag, there's a black shawl, more of that later, and a load of cassettes with various things, including a bit of a biography.
Eu nasci no dia longo do ano. Tio João disse que eu ia ver uma vida longa, mas eu não vivi o suficiente. No entanto, vi uma revolução acontecer silenciosamente. Mas agora... Eu já não vou passar outro Natal. Tenho 61 anos. Amo a minha filha, Ana Maria, assim como o meu neto Daniel. Ambos foram para a Inglaterra. Eles estão todos lá e são a única coisa que me resta. Eles e estas músicas que escrevi. Por isso, quero que as pessoas ouçam.
The city of a million lights, there's only you and me. In the city on top of hills, the city of a million souls, there's only you and me. Alone, 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 there is only you and me. I bought you oranges with love, oranges with love, from a woman down the street. We put carnations into guns, carnations into guns, and we set the people free. Alone, 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 there is only you and me. Alone, 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 there is only
So what we have is a series of pre-recorded cassettes which she taped over. I think they covered the little holes here with tape as we used to do when we were kids. And they were her songs played by a small group and her singing, and also a biography tape which was telling her life story. Some of the songs, I'm not sure she wrote any of the songs. She certainly wrote the lyrics, I think, but the melodies seem to have come from other songs. That last one was a Cape Verdean melody, but I think she just added it to it. So there were melodies by Carlos Ramon, melodies by Alfredo Marcenero. There may have been a Amalia Rodriguez melody. Anyway, we've taken what we can.
O mundo é lugar estranho. Conversamos com amigos e conversamos com vizinhos. Mas existem muitas vozes que nos dizem o que fazer. O que eles sabem? Porque não vivem suas próprias vidas. Eles são tolos e nós somos tolos se os ouvimos.
You can do the bossa nova, even if you're falling over. And you can do the paso doble, if your lover is not that lovely. I just do what I like doing. It keeps me happy in my head. Why do you care what they are saying? They wouldn't care if you were dead. Don't go to church on Sunday mornings. I'm immoral and need a warning. When I stand naked in my own room, they say I'm evil and I'll die soon. I just do what I like doing. It keeps me happy in my head. Why do you care what they are saying? They wouldn't care if you were dead. They say crowds can have some wisdom, but not by making people victims. Just ignore the fools and liars, building sticks and lighting fires. I just do what I like doing. It keeps me happy in my head. Why do you care what they are saying? They wouldn't care if you were dead. You can do the bossa nova, even if you're falling over. And you can do the paso doble, if your lover is not that lovely. I just do what I like doing. It keeps me happy in my head. Why do you care what they are saying? They wouldn't care if you were dead. La 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 la. La 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 la. I like do what I like doing. It keeps me happy in my head. Why do you care what they are saying? They wouldn't care if you were dead.
I'm grateful to my friend Nastasia Bior who did the translations of the songs and also the biography. Translating from one language to another is rather complex. Words have different meanings and also the sounds inform the melody quite a lot. The keys of the songs have been dictated by this instrument, a Portuguese guitar, and these exotic things. I've had to change my key to fit so I could play the tunes. Also, I had to change the person of the song from I to she, because it's more appropriate for me to sing that.
O fado é a música da esperança. e da ansiedade. Passei a minha vida inteira à espera de um homem, à espera de mudanças, à espera da minha vida e pela vida dos meus filhos. A esperança é como um desejo. Às vezes, os desejos se tornam verdadeiros.
The city is sleeping, the stars have all come out, streets lined with flowers, the night lined with doubt. We're perched on disaster, we search all around, someone who cannot be found. I sleep in the harbor, I look through the lights. Summer's a street girl, she sells what she likes. We're living on maybes, on pipe dreams and lies, waiting for someone who may never arrive. Oh, how I've wished for the moon. Never wanted the earth. Oh, how the world keeps on turning. Nobody knows what we're worth. There's warmth in the people. They show the city's moving, it knows more than you know. We're tired with ambition, we don't know what to do. We're waiting for someone, but we don't know who.
Xuxu's revolt was not just a political revolt, to do with the revolution in Portugal in 1974. It was actually her desire to set herself the way she wanted her life to be. She seemed to want to take lovers when she wanted. She didn't want to be forced into the male view of society, because even today, but certainly in the 70s in Portugal, male domination meant that women had a very subservient role, and she wasn't going to take any of that.
Os homens são os porcos, com os seus cheiros e ruídos, as suas pequenas caracoladas caudas. Homens não amam mulheres. Mesmo assim, as mulheres os amam. Ele disse que estava apenas a ajudar as mulheres, mas ele nunca voltou. Mas nós sabemos, não é certo? Às vezes é preciso dizer-lhes que sabemos.
Most men are lying little shits. If you're not like most men, you'll do for her tonight. They say that women come from Venus and that men all come from Mars. I'm not sure where they came from, but they end up in these bars, pretending to be someone else, telling tales of what they've not done. If only they'd had chances, all the things they would have won. If only they'd had chances, all the things they would have won. Pretending that they're really someone else, telling tales of what they've not done. Most men, oh most men are lying little shits. But you're not like most men, you'll do for her tonight. Most men, oh most men are lying little shits. And if you're not like most men, you'll do for her tonight. They can sense if you are lonely, would like someone to talk to you. You can watch them swagger over with some lines they've already used. They tell you that you are so beautiful, you're better than all the rest. In a shirt someone else ironed, and pants someone else has pressed. In a shirt someone else ironed, some pants they haven't pressed, to tell you that you are so beautiful, better than all of the rest. Most men, oh most men are lying little shits. But if you're not like most men, you'll do for her tonight. Most men, oh most men are little shits. But if you're not like most men, you'll do for her tonight.
The 50s and 60s in Portugal were very difficult for the people. There was a great deal of hardship, food was scarce, and the dictator Antonio Salazar, who was the president of the country at the time, was spending about 60% of the country's GDP on maintaining interests in some of these foreign territories like Angola and Mozambique. Antonio Salazar was a very strange person. They called him a fascist dictator, but he was a bit more complex than that. He did not side with Hitler in the Second World War, nor with Franco in the country next door in Spain. And he hated the Americans. In fact, he wouldn't allow Coca-Cola to be sold in Portugal at the time. He hated their rampant capitalism. But what he did want is he wanted the Portuguese economy to be basically agrarian or agricultural, with a few concessions. They had a small Timex factory on the outskirts of Lisbon. And he maintained three principles: Fado, football, and Fatima, which was kind of like a lord's village where the apparition of the Holy Virgin Mary had appeared to some children.
Salazar disse: Tu não precisas de ler ou escrever para trabalhar no campo. Tu não precisas de ler ou escrever para fazer pão. Tu não precisas de ler ou escrever para rezar. Tu não precisas de ler ou escrever para amar o teu país. Então, eu nunca aprendi a ler ou escrever. A minha filha disse que ia arranjar uma maneira, e ela conseguiu. Não osámos falar, pois não sabíamos quem estava a ouvir. Perdemos muitos amigos na prisão da Jube. Esperamos toda a nossa vida para escapar. Quando ele morreu, Caetano se tornou líder. Sabíamos que a mudança chegaria. Tudo o que precisávamos era que os soldados regressassem de Angola. Então a manhã daquele dia chegou. A escuridão levantou, e não apenas da noite anterior.
There are people on the street, nearly everyone you meet is telling you a tale. Someone carted off to jail. Doesn't matter what your trade, everybody is afraid. For committing some kind of crime, they'll commit every time. One fine day, we will be free. One fine day, you know, we will be free. One fine day. What does freedom really mean? What will you be able to say? What will you do? What does it all mean to you? This has all been like a dream, made up of fears, made up of screams. The sun will come out, all the flowers will shout. One fine day, you know, we will be free. One fine day, we will be free. One fine day. One fine day. April 25th, 1974 was the day of the bloodless coup known as the Carnation Revolution in Portugal. It was brought about by captains of the army returning from Angola and Mozambique, unhappy with the role of the Portuguese army in those colonies. The idea was that on the morning of the coup, the radio would play the Eurovision Song Contest entry for Portugal. It was a signal to get the people to stay indoors and let the army take care of it. But the workers' councils, the student activists couldn't hold themselves back, and all the people flooded on the streets and joined with the army to overpower the police, and they deposed the fascist regime.
Queremos ser livres. O rádio tocou músicas para contar às pessoas que em breve estaremos livres. Eu queria que uma das minhas músicas fosse tocada. A menina que deveria dizer não, mas eles tocaram uma música diferente.
When the world is getting colder, the moon is feeling bolder, when your dreams have all been shattered, you find love no longer matters. When the clocks are telling stories, you don't care about the glory. When there's no water in the well, there's prisoners in the cells, I'm the one who will say no. When the soldiers never come home, memories are marching, there are strangers in the shadows, one lone dog is barking. When the river's looking backwards and the road is going nowhere, and the sun will not come out and no one dares to shout, I'm the one who will say no. Is asking questions, which the daytime's got no answers. You see, the river isn't flowing, the wind is taking too many chances. When the streets are filled with silence, the steps are red with violence, there's whispers in your head, you really should be dead, I'm the one who will say no. Ooh, I can feel your pain. Ooh, here it comes again.
I get the impression that before the Carnation Revolution, Xuxu's life was quite pleasant. She was making a good living singing Fado music, but unfortunately after the revolution, Fado slipped out of favour for about 10 years, partly because it was very closely associated with Salazar and the regime, and I think the young people in Portugal wanted to get away from that.
Cantei todas as minhas canções pela cidade. Eu esperei. Cantei as minhas canções outra vez. Esperei novamente. O mundo amava Amália Rodrigues. A cidade amava Alfredo Marceneiro. Eu amava aquele homem. Ele era um famoso cantor. Ele disse que cuidava de mim. Ele disse que as minhas canções iriam fazer dinheiro. Mas Alfredo não me queria. O mundo não me queria.
He was a rich man, and she was just a poor girl. She gave him what he wanted. He gave her very little. He treated love like business and always had to win it. If he couldn't win it, sure he didn't lose. She was working in this nightclub. He put his cash down on the table. He saw her looking over, just smiled and paid the bill. She was wearing bougainvillea. He wore a look of triumph. They talked about flowers, and then he moved in for the kill. He was a rich man, she was just a poor girl. She gave him what he wanted. He gave her very little. He was always on the lookout. She was pleased with the arrangement, and so she didn't notice. And he was bored and on the loose. He played with other nightclubs. He played with other singers. And she was always waiting for him to return. And when she saw fussing, like love that had no pity, she took out that knife, but where there's greed there is no harm. He was a rich man, she was just a poor girl. He gave her what she wanted. He gave her very little. Treated love like business. Always had to win it. If he couldn't win it, then the young girl had to
Earlier I mentioned the shawl that was in the bag that the grandson gave me, and this is it. Shawls became a part of Fado culture around about 1840 when a Fado singer or Fadista called Maria Severa was known for singing with her shawl, and it was a case that all fado singers in the 60s and 70s had to submit their fados to a censor to determine whether they were appropriate. The fados were very decorative things, and I note that Xuxu Carvalho's is a very simple affair, probably because she wanted to be a woman of the street. You never know.
Amigo disse: as mulheres são as salvadoras do mundo. Eles estavam certos. Nós fazemos tudo. Nós não governamos governos, mas governamos o mundo. Mas não podemos deixar os homens saber. Eles gostariam de fazer parte, mas eles fariam porcaria.
Sweep out all the nightmares before she lets in any sunlight. You see those boats out in the harbor. She's gotta lay out all the sails right. Man has no masters, he has no worries. A woman has no time for fun. Oh, there is money and there are worries. A woman's work is never done. She cares for children all around her. Through the lies all from the cradle, she puts their dreams out in the oven. Lays the hope out on the table. Oh, there is living and there is dying. A woman's time may never come. The men don't know it and they don't tell them. A woman's work is never done. Puts the smiles in all the rainbows and all the colors in the flowers. No one should ever feel such heartache. She will care until the pain breaks or wine flows out onto the cobbles. Just as life flows through your blood, she sings for love, she sings for covers. A woman's work is never done. Just to sweep out all the nightmares before she lets in all the sunlight. See the boats out in the harbor. She's gotta let all the sails right. Oh, your life flows in the cobbles, just like your life flows through the blood. She sings for love, she sings for lovers. Woman's work is never done.
Xuxu Carvalho's story is very poignant. She was a victim of repression under two systems, the male domination and also politically, as part of the Portugal's working poor. It was doubly so when you hear this next story.
Nasci em 1944, em Alfama, em Lisboa, no Beco de Vitória. A minha mãe morreu durante o parto. Nunca senti os braços dela enrolados em mim. Eu queria sentir o abraço da minha mãe. Eu precisava. Ela se tornou no fantasma. Bombas caíam em todo lado, mas não em Lisboa. A minha mãe me protegeu.
Flickering candlelight inside this darkest night, fear's always spinning round like blood dripping on silk. I'm so scared inside my heart, I know I need you still, lying in the warmth of a mother's arms, lying in the warmth of a mother's arms. Night holds the darkest dreams, I don't know where to go. Call out but no one's there to tell me what they know. Feel you against my skin inside this darkest night, lying in the warmth of a mother's arms, lying in the warmth of a mother's arms. I'm flying so high, may never come down now. Feel my skin come alive with the touch of a ghost. I'm a child, I'm a cloudburst of feeling. See this joy on my face. Beneath a lover's touch, sometimes it's very rough. I need you shielding me, keep me safely here. Come home and hold me tight inside this darkest night, lying in warmth of a mother's arms, lying in the warmth of a mother's arms.